She packed one bag, not because she had little, but because she'd learned not to expect to stay long anywhere. She had given this family everything, years of her life, her body, her loyalty, and the moment she became inconvenient, she was told to leave, with a child and nowhere to go. No one came looking for her. No one checked if she made it through the night. She sat down on the curb outside a gas station at 2 a.m., her son asleep against her shoulder, and she whispered the only prayer she had left. "Does anyone even see me?" This story is real, but it's not happening in this decade. It happened over 4,000 years ago, and the woman's name was Hagar. If you've ever felt used, discarded, or like you don't matter enough for anyone to notice, what happened to her and what God did next is the entire reason this channel exists. Hagar was an Egyptian servant in the household of Abraham and Sarah. She had no power, no choice, and no voice in what happened to her. When Sarah could not have children, she gave Hagar to Abraham, and Hagar became pregnant with his son, Ishmael. What should have given her value in that household instead made things worse. Sarah grew jealous and harsh. Genesis says she dealt with Hagar so severely that Hagar finally ran, alone, pregnant, into the wilderness with absolutely nothing. She wasn't running towards something. She was running away from being treated like she didn't matter. Genesis chapter 16 tells us an angel of the Lord found her by a spring in the desert. Not in a temple, not in Abraham's tent where the religious activity was happening. Not anywhere she would have expected God to show up. He found her in the wilderness, the lowest, most forgotten place she could have been. A foreign servant woman, pregnant, alone, with no status and no claim to God's attention by any standard of that culture. And the angel asked her something remarkable. "Hagar, where have you come from and where are you going?" God asked her a question, not a command, a question. The kind you ask someone you actually want to understand. He told her to return and that he would bless her son. And then Hagar did something no one else in the entire book of Genesis does. She gave God a name. She called him El Roi, the God who sees. She said, "You are the God who sees me, for I said, have I truly seen the one who sees me?" Think about who this happened to. Not Abraham, the father of faith, not Sarah, the matriarch, not a prophet, a priest, or a king. A foreign servant woman that nobody in that household considered important enough to protect. And she is the first person in the entire Bible to give God a name. Not Abraham, not Moses, who comes centuries later. Hagar, alone in the wilderness, forgotten by everyone who should have cared for her. This tells us something that never changes about how God works. He does not move toward status. He moves toward the overlooked. If you have ever felt like the forgotten one in your own story, the one who gives everything and gets noticed last, if at all, you're in good company. You're in Hagar's company. Years later, Hagar finds herself in the wilderness a second time, this time cast out for good, with her son Ishmael, water completely gone, and Genesis 21 says she put her son under a bush and sat down to wait for him to die. That is how low this got. A mother preparing to watch her child die of thirst, having already lost everything else. And God heard the boy crying. An angel called to her again, the same God, the same attentiveness, showing up in the same kind of forgotten place. He opened her eyes and she saw a well of water that had been there the entire time. Sometimes the provision was never far away. What we're missing is not God's provision, it's our eyes being opened to see what's already near us. This is why this channel is called what it is. Because somewhere right now, someone watching this feels like Hagar. Used up, cast out, forgotten by the very people who should have protected them. Sitting in their own version of the wilderness, wondering if anyone, including God, actually sees what they're carrying. The answer Hagar received 4,000 years ago is the same answer being offered to you tonight. He is El Roi, the God who sees. Not the God who sees the people with status, the people with platforms, the people everyone else is already paying attention to. The God who sees the ones nobody else thought to look for. That includes you. Whatever wilderness you're sitting in right now, you have not gone unnoticed. Every story on this channel will come back to this one truth. The God who found a forgotten woman in the wilderness 4,000 years ago is the same God who sees exactly where you are tonight. If that means something to you, this is the place to stay. Subscribe, not because a channel needs numbers, but because there will be a new reminder waiting for you every week that you have not been forgotten. Tell me in the comments, where is your wilderness right now? You don't have to give details. Just let someone else watching know they're not the only one. He saw Hagar. He sees you. That has not changed in 4,000 years, and it is not going to change tonight.